All right, everybody, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to another edition of SWAC Smoke. Episode number 9. We almost approaching double digits, man. I can't believe we already at 9, about to approach 10. So we're gonna keep on going, keep on doing our thing. I'm C Wells. That's my homie DJ right there. We're gonna talk about a little week 2 and a little week 3, and then we're gonna get up out of here because there's a big game about to start in a few minutes. Alabama A&M at Bethune-Cookman, huge SWAC East contest. So I'm not gonna waste no more time. Let's go ahead and recap week 3.
All right.
Excuse me, week 2. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
We had Bama State and Auburn. Of course, I mean, what we expected happened. I don't know. I think Bama State played well early on, but third and fourth quarters when those Power 5 started rolling.
Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and shout out these dudes, man. Real quick, SWAC and a fan, y'all check them out. They got a YouTube channel, podcast, man. They great. Southern and Alcorn come together. Got a little Baton Rouge flavor, so I like that. What's up, y'all, man? Appreciate the shout out and everybody check them out. Now let me jump back to the Auburn game. Alabama State played 2 good defensive possessions in the first half, and obviously numbers game wore them down. They had a drive and couldn't finish it. Got a field goal block. Auburn ran it back for touchdown. What else needs to be said? We can move on.
We got GSU and Southern Miss. I mean, I expected a Southern Miss win, but not in that fashion.
I thought Grambling defensively, I thought they did the best they could. That offense had got to find some kind of way to move the football through the air. Second straight week of a sub 100-yard passing. That's not gonna get it, but they they're just gonna have to keep working. So I thought Southern Miss was gonna let Grambling hang around and get a couple of points, but it didn't happen.
Right. Let's move on to Baylor and Texas Southern. I mean, that pretty much went the way I thought it was going to go. Baylor rolled in that one.
Yeah, and another by the book, Power 5, man. Lead them Power 5s alone. I know the checks is good, but, man, lead them Power 5s alone so you can – I mean, I'm the last person to talk about a team playing against a G5 team. We only scored 3 points, but still, odds is typically that don't happen. Lead them Power 5s alone, TSU. Leave them alone and cash this check, but don't do that no more.
All right. We got Jackson State, Tennessee State, which, I mean, we both picked Jackson State. I think that went about how I figured it was going to go. I think Tennessee State has some upside. I think that they're going to continue to get better under the leadership that's there now. But JSU still rolling. I will say this one thing. I think that the team that prepares well as far as coaching is concerned, picking up the blitz, either picking it up or using it against them, that's going to be the difference maker in teams in the SWAC beating JSU. I mean, they're blitzing probably 90% of the time, which I don't know if they're going to continue to do that all year, but if teams can't show that they can do anything with it, of course, they're probably going to keep doing it.
Oh, yeah. They come downhill, and they come downhill fast. So I think if a team can hit them with screens and draws, FAMU actually had some success running draw plays, went away from the run game. So a good coordinator is going to have to use that against them. But like you said, if they're smart, they'll be able to adapt. But I look for them to keep moving forward like that, man. They got a lot of pass rushers, and they got guys all through their defense that like to hit. And they took advantage of Tennessee State, 8 sacks on the night for Jackson State. I think James Houston had 4 by itself. So if you can't block them, they're gonna eat, and we're gonna have to see how it goes as their schedule starts to ramp up a little bit.
All right, moving on. Alcorn State, Northwestern State. We both picked Alcorn to win that one. That one went about how I thought it would be. I'm kind of glad that Alcorn bounced back. Although I will say this real quick, with all the joking going around about that situation, man, like that really, I guess it shouldn't, but it really gets to me. I hate to see friendly banter between the lines is fine, but when a school is in turmoil like that, that's hurting the kids, I don't think those are jokeable moments. If we can't pull together and figure out what we need to do to make that better for those kids, I don't think we should say anything. But that's just my opinion. But we as HBCUs, we got to do better than that.
Yeah, that's one of those touchy type of subjects, and almost every school in the league has had some kind of issue like that, on different degrees, different circumstances. But everybody's had their down moments, and like you said, I like to stand, but I'm not gonna ever go that route because I like to talk about what's happening on the field. I feel like scoreboard, especially, rules the day. Everything else is just extra, but we have, especially now, there's a lot of new eyes on the SWAC, and people seeing this Alcorn situation that's not familiar, they think everybody's like that. They don't understand that this is a situation that's going on internally. That's a battle going on. A lot of people think HBCUs are inferior to begin with, so they're gonna use this as ammunition. So I try to keep that kind of stuff out of the mix.
Right. Moving on to the Southern Miles College game. I picked Southern to win, but I'll go ahead and let you take over that one.
All right. This game was a tale of two halves. First half, Miles was able to get whatever they wanted. Southern tackled horribly. They were in good position the majority of the time to make the play, but they just missed a lot of tackles in that first half. Offensively, I thought they did good moving the ball. They fumbled late. Miles scored, which led to that 17-13 halftime lead. Second half, Southern focused on the run. They only threw the ball 3 times in the second half, and they ran for over 250 yards, giving them 323 on the night. So they were able to push around Miles in the second half, and that's the Southern that I want to see. I did see some good things, and obviously there's some things that need to be worked on. But I was looking more at Coach Rollins and seeing how he handles situations. I thought he did a good job of getting the guys together, getting with his coaches at the halftime and making adjustments because, a game like that could easily be lost. Miles is a good team. For a Division II team, they're a good team. They got big backs, both their 2 backs over 225 pounds apiece. They run hard. They don't throw great, but they do a lot of receiver screens and things like that. So they came into the game just wanting to get a lead or stay close and use that clock, kind of like they did against Alabama State. So I thought Southern handled it well. But Miles College, man, y'all band is disrespectful. I'll just say that. They played over the opening prayer. They tried to call Southern out during the national anthem. They were doing section challenges through the national anthem, and they wanted smoke from Southern. So game starts, they don't play nothing in the stands at all. Halftime, I have never heard Mumford Stadium boo in unison. When they finished their halftime show, the entire stadium booed them off the field. I've never heard a solid boo from Mumford Stadium ever in my life, but that was just crazy. So if you come to Mumford, bring your A game and don't do what Miles did. Just wait till the formalities are over and then let's get it going. So that was I just wanted to throw that in because that was just I was just shocked at how they did not want to shut up at all. And then when the game started, they didn't want to play anything. So let's do better, y'all.
Yeah, that is. I ain't never really seen that happen before. Playing through the prayer and national anthem and all that. That's different. But I do want to ask one more question concerning that game. What happened with the quarterback situation? I see Bubba played really well, but what was going on with Skelton? They say he had some type of minor injury or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he got nicked up in the Troy game, and he warmed up, and I noticed he had a slight limp when he was running on the field for warmups. So I think they just held him back, at kind of like a last minute, because they didn't make that decision until right before the game time. But didn't even know he was starting, so it was kind of like I think they weren't satisfied with what they saw from Skelton as far as his leg. And with this game, they went ahead and let Bubba play, and I thought he handled the game well, especially to be thrown in the fire without knowledge of starting or even playing, really.
Yeah, he played really well, man, and I'm looking for them to actually play him this week.
Oh yeah, I think you're gonna get some. If they're still kind of uncertain with Skelton, and the weather's gonna be rainy this weekend. I think you might see Bubba get some more time in this game as well.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the game we were both wrong on, and really shocked me. I tuned in to a little bit of it, the PV Incarnate Word game. I mean, like, I did not expect them to get blown out the way they did.
Oh yeah, me either. And another shout out real quick. James Sanders, he got a show. Y'all check him out. It's called No Slack in the SWAC. It's a good guy. I've been rocking with him for a minute, so y'all go ahead and check that one out too. We got a lot of people popping in, so I love that. That game shocked me, man. When I first looked at the score at the game, it was 30-0, and I was like, "What happened?" I still can't understand what happened. I really thought Prairie View could play with these guys. They defense held them down statistically, but I think Prairie View turned the ball over a lot, and that hurt them.
Yeah, I'm looking for them to bounce back this week. They're FAMU Fort Valley State. FAMU pretty much took control of that game and did what they were supposed to do, in my opinion, in that one.
Oh yeah, they started off a little slow, but they got with it, and did what you need to do in a game like that is just take care of business, get out of there, try not to get anybody banged up too bad, and just move on to your next game. So they did what they had to do.
All right, last but not least, Bethune-Cookman, Central Florida. I thought Bethune-Cookman played pretty decent in that game as well, which I'm starting to really think pretty highly of Bethune-Cookman up to this point. So we'll kind of get into that rolling in the next week. But UCF did what they should have done against BCU.
Yeah, I mean, UCF's an offensive team. They're going to put points on the board. But Bethune-Cookman will be a problem for the SWAC. I hope everybody realizes that they play a tough style of ball, and they're going to bring it every week. So everybody who playing Bethune-Cookman, if you haven't really heard them, hopefully they put on a good show tonight. I don't want to say watch them and then they play bad, but watch out for them, man, and see how they do in this game, because they come to play. So that's all I can say. You just need to strap up when you play them, and they're gonna bring it.
All right, let's just roll into next week's predictions. We're gonna start out with Grambling State and Houston. I'm gonna take Houston in that one.
I'm going Houston too. I mean, they can't score against Southern Miss.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do against Houston. Houston
Right.
gonna try to run up the score, because Houston loves to beat up on SWAC teams. So everybody in the SWAC that's played them, they've put up at least 45, 50 points. So I expect the same thing in this game.
All right, we're gonna go Central Arkansas versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. I'm going Central Arkansas in that one.
I'm going SWAC, man. I'm gonna take UAPB. I want to see if the team can play a little bit cleaner. I know you said they were real sloppy in that first game. I don't know a lot about the inner workings in Arkansas between the schools like I do here, but this is a game that I think the SWAC needs to win. We need to win as many out of conference games as we can, but Central Arkansas is a very formidable opponent. So I'm going SWAC. That's just I just feel like being SWAC this week.
I'd definitely be highly shocked if UAPB won that game during these times right now. But moving on to PV versus Houston Baptist. I'm going to go PV, but I'm telling you right now, they let me down again. I ain't picking them no more this year.
Me either. I'm picking Prairie View. I was so upset with Prairie View. I forgot to preview that game yesterday, so I don't know anything about Houston Baptist. Prairie View, I'm going to talk directly to y'all real quick, man. Don't turn the ball over. Get some points. Let that defense do work. And hopefully get a W. So I don't want to turn on the score again and see 30-0. So let's go Panthers. Let's do this.
All right. McNeese and Southern. I'm gonna go with Southern on this one.
Yeah, I'm going Jags, man. We need this win. We turned the ball over 6 times the last time we played McNeese. That can't happen. I think it's going to be a crazy rainy game, so that favors Southern running the ball. But we're going to have to contain that defensive line and watch out for the short fields that we gave them last time. So I really hope Southern comes to play because you can't afford a slow start in this game. So I'm going Southern for the W.
Stephen F. Austin, Mississippi Valley. Of course, I'm going Stephen F. Austin, but I'm glad to see Valley strapping them back up after a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, Valley play hard. Valley plays hard. They can't score. They're gonna have to find some kind of way to get an offense going because the defense stays on the field too long. Stephen F. Austin is gonna test them. They pass happy team. So it's going to be tough, but I'm going Stephen F. Austin. I said I was going all SWAC, but I forgot about Valley. So no offense, Valley. I'm not picking y'all, but everybody else I think I'm going to pick in non-money games.
All right. JSU, ULM. I'm going to go JSU in this one. ULM just hasn't been a very good ball club here lately, so JSU.
You just said that too nice. ULM is hot garbage. They had, obviously it's a different level of competition, but they had 87 yards of total offense against Kentucky. 10 rushing and 17 rushing and 70 passing. That's horrible. They haven't won a game, I think, in like 2 years. I think Jackson has the talent advantage. People say depth in numbers, but ULM doesn't carry a lot of guys. That's a program that don't have a lot of people. So I think Jackson is the favorite to me, and I think they're gonna win. So let's go. This is a huge SWAC win if we can get this. Everybody should celebrate if we get this.
All right, Alcorn, South Alabama. Hey, I'm kind of like torn on that one. I think I'm gonna go South Alabama just because I don't know where Alcorn's head and concentration is right now. I don't know what their focus level is. I think Monera gonna do a good job of preparing them, but they missed probably 1 or 2 days of practice this week. I'm gonna give USA the advantage based on that.
Yeah. And I feel the same way. If this was any normal week, I could see Alcorn playing better. I don't like distractions. I don't know how much is distracting the team, but it is something going on. So that's something they're gonna have to deal with. South Alabama's been playing better than a lot of people expected this year. They're 2-0. So I think they're gonna probably win. I think it's gonna be close. If Alcorn can come focused and play the style of ball I know Alcorn capable of playing, they may be able to put themselves in position to win. But right now, I'm going South Alabama.
And I hope they prove us wrong. I hope and pray they prove us wrong. But all right, FAMU, South Florida. I think I'm gonna go South Florida in that one.
Yeah, I really want to pick FAMU, but I'm not sold on what they're doing at quarterback. I think they got too much up and down right now. But that stadium is going to be full of rattlers. So I know that USF don't have any crowd. They don't bring anybody to their games. So I know a lot of rattlers going to be there. So they at least have that edge for them. And obviously the 100 is going to do what they do. So they're going to take care of a couple battles in their game, but they won't get the big one.
All right, and we rounded up with the big game tonight, A&M versus BCU. As much as I would like to see Shannon Patrick and Bethune-Cookman pull it out, I got a feeling A&M is going to edge this one out. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game for both squads. I just think A&M, I think they just might have enough to edge it on out.
I feel, I don't think we disagreed at all this week, and I really want to disagree this week on this game, but I'm gonna go with Bethune-Cookman because I think we just picked all the same games. Am I right?
Nah, I mean you picked UAPB, but
okay, so yeah. we got one. So, but just for the sake of this, and I do feel Bethune-Cookman can win, but I'm gonna go with BCU, but A&M offense, I think, is going to be – they're going to do what they do. So if Bethune-Cookman can keep up or minimize the time that they're on the field and take advantage of the opportunities that they have, because A&M doesn't have a good defense right now. I know a lot of people said they had some guys missing in that first game, but, if they're missing and they come in now, then they still got to make up for not playing before. So I think if Bethune-Cookman can run the ball and get some play action passes and keep control of the game, they have a good shot. But I'm a little nervous for them for their secondary because I think A&M is gonna put on a show with those receivers.
There's definitely homecoming for one receiver for A&M, Brian Jenkins, the little slot receiver. He's from Daytona Beach, and I think something happened with Bethune-Cookman and his dad when his dad was coaching there. So I seen him say it's personal for him. So I know he's gonna try to put on the show too.
Oh yeah, and his dad, I don't know how if it was ugly when he left, but he left there and went to Alabama State for a little while, and I think Brian Jenkins Jr. followed him there. Then he went to A&M. So he's a guy that I've noticed that's not shy about saying how he feels, and if he says it's personal, then he gonna definitely do his best to put in some work. He had a huge game against South Carolina State, so
right.
If he's working, then you're gonna have to account for him, which opens up everything for everybody else. But
right.
I think this is gonna be a good game, and I think this has the potential to be a good representation of what SWAC football is gonna be this year. So I'm hoping it's a close game, so everybody can get their enjoyment. I'm gonna kick back and watch. I'm ready.
Oh yeah, one more thing to mention too. I want to give Alabama A&M running back a little spotlight. I think his last name Quarles, something like that. But I mean, he had a nice game last week too. I know he get overshadowed by Keel Glass in the receiving core, but if he can get rolling too, along with that passing game, I think they're gonna be hard to stop tonight.
Oh yeah, when he can run, because he's a small guy, he get lost behind that offensive line. If he get loose, then yes, you're gonna have some problems because now you got to worry about the run game, and they love draw plays with him. So you're gonna have to worry about that. And he's a good receiver out the backfield, so you're gonna have to really account for him at all times. One other thing, I saw A&M is wearing maroon helmets tonight. I think that's the first time I've ever seen them wear a maroon helmet. Any A&M people might know something from back in the day, but I thought that was a nice little change up for them. So maroon helmets, all white uniforms for A&M. I don't know what Bethune-Cookman is wearing. I think they're wearing all red and black helmets, I think. But it's gonna be a good game, man. We almost at game time.
Well, I received that message. I guess that's your way of saying we finna get out of here.
I wasn't really trying to get up out, but yeah, we ain't really got a lot to really. I don't really want to dabble too long, but we be back. I'm enjoying this season right now. Looking forward to week 3. I think they got some good games on the schedule. They got some big games coming up next week. Before we get out, huge game next Thursday. So Pine Bluff and Alcorn, that's going to be a big one next week, which we'll talk about. So I don't have anything else to add right now. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
Nah, I'm just ready for this game, and I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss about this game next week.
Oh, yeah. So with that being said, we're going to get on up out of here, man. Eric, if you're watching the game, ESPNU broadcast, game starts in about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm sure they're going to have a little bit of talking before it, but 6:30 kickoff, ESPNU. Y'all check that out, and we'll holler at y'all.
All right.